A very warm welcome to our end of week news bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubo. The KDF Weekly Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In today's bulletin, Commander-in-Chief officiates the opening of the 27th Annual Peacekeeping Conference. Prime Minister of the Czech Republic visits the National Defense College. We are up to the task, the Ministry of Defense, to deliver stadiums that meet FIFA standards. Principal Secretary for Defense appears before the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations. And giving back to the society, former GOC hands over charge to local residents. His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, virtually opened the 27th Annual Conference of the International Association of Peacekeeping Training Centers in Nairobi. The 5-day conference brought together senior officials from the security sector across the globe to discuss a myriad of issues aimed at enhancing global peace, security and stability. In his remarks, the head of state noted that history and recent developments have demonstrated that we are all implicated in various conflicts around the world, either directly or indirectly. He further reiterated that the place of women in conflict resolution is indispensable in defining and supporting peace support policies, strategies, and programs.
We now have a better appreciation of the ecological dimensions of instability, conflict, and insecurity, environmental degradation, and adverse shifts in climate and weather patterns often drive communities to conflict on account of their role as drivers of scarcity and displacement. Conversely, conflict provides favorable conditions for illegal activities that significantly accelerate unlawful exploitation of resources, the rapid loss of biodiversity, and the integrity of ecosystems. Peace support has accordingly evolved into a similar complex endeavor, which must take into account the fragility, complexity, and dynamism of conflict and threats to peace and security. To succeed, it is necessary to engage a multidisciplinary and inclusive approach to effectively execute a strategic mandate, which understands that a series of interconnected interventions must be implemented to silence every gun and pacify every combatant.
While closing the event today, the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, Dr. Alfred Mutua, reiterated the need for building partnerships and broadening participation and collaboration in realizing the aspirations of the UN peace support operations. He said that this could be better achieved by continually aligning global technological and innovative capacities with the specific needs.
In this intricate mesh of security dynamics, it becomes an uphill task to achieve sustainable peace while operating in silos. Against the backdrop of deliberations held during the conference, it clearly emerged that the noble cause for peace is a collaborative venture in which partners must complement one another. These include the local population, humanitarian organizations, women, youth, the military, police, and specialized civilian entities. Consequently, it is incumbent upon all of us to embrace a mindset of collaboration in all facets of the peace and support environment as we seek to deliver robust solutions to contemporary peace and security.
The conference offered delegates and stakeholders in peace and security an opportunity to reflect on the need for collective partnerships in seeking for peace in otherwise morphing modern security domain.
From this conference, it clearly emerged that successful peace support operations go beyond military prowess. They encompass cultural sensitivity, empathy, and a genuine desire to make positive impact in the lives of those whom we serve. One common refrain in our deliberations was the affirmation that security threats have assumed a more complex character, thus calling for a paradigm shift in the conceptualization and conduct of peace support operations. In the emerging peace support operations dispensation, emphasis should hence be directed towards building synergy in our collective efforts to enable effective delivery of mandates assigned by peace missions.
On behalf of the Chief of Defense Forces, Major General Mohammed Hassan, General Officer Commanding Border Security Command, affirmed that the conference has provided an amiable forum for sharing knowledge, skills, and attitudes, which are prerequisites for effective pursuit of peace and stability.
In the noble pursuit of regional and global peace and security, the Kenya Defense Forces have demonstrated unwavering dedication to peace missions, working tirelessly to restore stability in conflict-ridden regions. Through this, our troops have proudly flown the UN and AU flags and showcased the values of peace support operations PSOs, which embody honor, compassion, and selflessness in the pursuit of global peace. Our participation in PSOs has bequeathed our disciplined forces with invaluable lessons while strengthening our objective to continually refine our strategies, adapt new technologies, and hone the skills for our peacekeepers to remain afloat, stay agile and adaptable in the ever-changing regional and global security terrain.
Honorable Aden Duale, the Defense Cabinet Secretary, earlier this week hosted the Prime Minister of the Czech Republic, His Excellency Professor Petr Fiala, for bilateral talks at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The two leaders discussed a wide range of issues of mutual interest in strategic cooperation and bilateral defense partnership between the two countries. Honorable Duale acknowledged that Kenya and the Czech Republic enjoy a strong bond of friendship and are strategic partners in a number of sectors. He highlighted that the draft of Kenya and Czech Defense Cooperation Agreement that was discussed and agreed upon by the two parties now awaits cabinet approval before being ratified by the National Assembly.
Once approved, the Defense Cooperation Agreement shall enable the two countries to collaborate in the fields of research and development, military medical services, counterterrorism, training, defense industry, and military sports, among others. During the engagement, counter-violent extremism, cybersecurity, space sector, and intelligence sharing were highlighted as possible areas for future partnerships.
Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, hosted the Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Honorable Ababu Namwamba, at the Defense Headquarters in Nairobi, where he expressed his confidence in the commitment of the Ministry of Defense to deliver 4 state-of-the-art stadiums that meet the FIFA standards. CS Duale noted that it is an honor for the Ministry of Defense to be entrusted with the duty of spearheading the infrastructure development of the stadiums, as this is in line with the mandate of the ministry to assist other civil authorities. The infrastructural development involves the construction of 60,000-seater Talanta Stadium at Jamhuri Grounds, the renovation of Moi International Sports Center Kasarani, Nyayo Stadium in Nairobi, and the Kipchoge Keino Stadium in Eldoret. Moving on, Mr. Patrick Mariru, the Principal Secretary for Defense, appeared before the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations to deliberate on the supplementary estimates for the 2023-2024 financial year, which was tabled in the National Assembly on the 26th of October 2023. The team briefed the committee on the Ministry of Defense budget breakdown and expenditure on various projects. These included recruitment, modernization, expansion, and peacekeeping missions across our borders.
During the meeting, Mr. Mary requested that the Belgut Member of Parliament, Honorable Nelson Koech, to consider the Ministry of Defense proposed budget for the effective implementation of the proposed projects that will contribute to the effective delivery of the ministry's mandates. Mr. Mariru stated that the budget cuts adversely affect the ongoing projects and service delivery. The committee sought a response on the budget proposal for the ministry, which is in line with its mandate. The session saw members of the committee scrutinize the ministry's budget and seek clarification on expenditures for the current and impending projects.
Commander Kenya Army Lieutenant General Peter Njiru hosted the Pakistan Director General for Foreign Military Cooperation, Major General Munir Uddin, for bilateral talks at the Kenya Army headquarters in Nairobi. During the visit, the two military leaders held strategic discussions on issues of mutual interest between the two countries and explored viable areas of cooperation and partnership on military matters. The meeting was geared towards improving bilateral relations between the two nations in tackling security threats that the two two nations face. In the meeting, both parties agreed to cooperate on military training and exercises, media services and research, maritime security, cybersecurity, counterterrorism, and other areas of mutual interest. Now we move to Mavui in Mwingi County, where former General Officer Commanding Western Command, Major General Retired Joseph Kivunzi, handed over a 200-capacity African inland church he constructed in Mavui, Mwingi County. The retired general officer said that the act reinforces the belief that they should plow back to the community, adding that the church has sponsored school-going children from humble families to enable them to access quality education. He further thanked the Chief of the Defense Forces, General Francis Ogolla, and the Office of the Chaplain from the Kenya Defense Forces for their immense support in the construction of the House of Worship. Area AIC Bishop Dr. Timothy Kituo applauded the retired GOC, saying his act has impacted the community and urged other leaders to emulate this. Still on religious matters, the Military Ordinariate of Kenya Catholic Men Apostolate last Saturday held a commissioning mass at St. Peter's and Paul Roman Catholic Church at the Defense Headquarters. The commissioning involved the issuing of certificates and badges to the 109 candidates who had completed the 8 months of training. The event was officiated by Dr. Father Colonel Benjamin Maswili, who is the Apostolic Administrator of the Military Catholic Ordinariate.
In his address, Father Colonel Maswili urged the new members to live a fulfilling life both at work and in the community. This was echoed by the Vicar General, Lieutenant Colonel John Jue, who urged the new members to spread the gospel, especially during the daily routine and deployment as well. The training was done in various units and formations in all services, and it took the service personnel 8 months to complete the training, which majored in Catholic Church and family leadership. This is in line with the organization's mission to promote the Kenya Defense Forces family institution through companionship, fatherhood, and active participation in the church's mission of evangelization and sanctification of humanity.
Kenya Defense Forces troops stationed at Bodhei under Operation Amani Boni in conjunction with Lamu County Government conducted a medical camp at Majengo village in Lamu County. While addressing the residents, the commanding officer LAPSET Lieutenant Colonel Kennedy Rubithia reiterated the importance of the locals maintaining high standards of hygiene in their households, especially during this rainy season, to avoid diseases. He further urged them to continue collaborating with security forces in the fight against terror in the area. In our sports news today, the annual Kenya Defense Forces Fitness Challenge saw the convergence of various personnel to test their fitness levels at the Moi Air Base Gymnasium. The aim of the challenge was to maintain physical fitness, have good esprit de corps, and improve a good relationship among personnel. The teams participated in different challenges, including floor aerobics, strong nation workout, step aerobics, Tabata workout, and cardio box workout. Speaking at the event, MAB Sports Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Kahindi expressed his happiness to the participants and urged everyone to continue improving on their fitness, noting that it is a key aspect of their lives. The Kenyan government has organized a national tree planting exercise on Monday, November 13, 2023, across all 47 counties of the country. The Ministry of Environment has released a list of designated areas where the tree planting will take place. To honor the countrywide national tree planting exercise, the Kenya Defense Forces, through the Environmental Soldier Program, will be conducting tree planting in various military cantonments. The exercise is in line with the President's vision of planting 15 billion trees by the year 2032, which aims at mitigating the devastating effects of climate change.
It is worth noting that the Kenya Defense Forces is working towards the implementation of the directive of planting 15 billion trees within the 10-year span. And specifically, the Kenya Defense Forces has been allocated 3% of that target, which is 450 million trees. We intend to grow these trees in 3 phases. In the first phase, we'll be growing 80 million trees. In the second phase, we'll grow 200 million trees. And on the third phase, we will grow 170 million trees. Noting that Kenya Defense Forces is one of the agencies that has been tasked with growing trees for the other agencies.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Weekly Bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubo. Remember, he who plants a tree plants hope. Goodbye and God bless.